Tux. You go back in the garage. You be safe and warm, buddy. Good morning, Ruby. Well, the sky is treating us to a little bit of color this morning. The guy over here at Rockside Tire, he's starting to build the tire Christmas tree, I can tell. Those all got stacked yesterday. He spray paints it white and puts some ornaments and some other decorations on it. It looks really pretty. I enjoy it every year. I-40's looking pretty crowded up there this morning. It's 37 out. We have scattered frost. It's not thick everywhere, but I've certainly seen some spots that look like winter wonderland areas. We're making really good time here getting into downtown at 7:12 a.m. So when I left home this morning, Ruby navigated to the school. Again, because school is programmed in as work here in Ruby. But I have now left the school. I'm across the street at the church parking lot, and it hasn't navigated me home. And I get why it hasn't done that, but I'm going to put Ruby in park. And I guess I'm going to be really curious to see here when I go back into drive, which I guess I'll do now. Is she going to decide to navigate me back to the house? And I think the answer is no. I'll let you know if it decides to pop up as I move farther away here in a few minutes. I don't plan to play Pokemon Go too long this morning. I've got those trifold boards. If you don't know what that is, it's a big piece of cardboard. You buy it at Walmart, like Elmer's Glue, or somebody else makes them. And anyway, it's one side folds in and the other side folds in. So when the kids open it up, it's a presentation. And they make them in small, I'm going to say 11 by 14 size, and they make them in the big poster board kind of size. What is that? 24 by 36 or something like that. So anyway, that's what I'll be working on. I have the black background this time because that's what Walmart had, but the sheets are white, so that probably looks good. Although I was going to put some colored cardstock. The kids have finalize the content, so all this really should be is just using some double-side sticky tape to put it all up on the board. I would rather have the kids do it, and if we had another couple weeks, I'm sure they would. But it's just a little bit of tape work this morning, but I got to get those done and then the stuff loaded up. And you know how time evaporates and things always take longer than you think they should. Then robotics this afternoon, taekwondo tonight, and yeah, try to find some room in there somewhere for some rest. So when I pulled out of the church parking lot, Ruby did not navigate to home. I am going to circle the block, pull up along the road beside the school, go into park over there, and see if that triggers it. I'm just trying to figure out what this new navigation feature does. I know in the afternoon it knows I'm going back home when I leave the school. At least it seemed to, but I'm not so sure. Haven't paid as much attention to in the morning. Yeah, I'm actually in the school parking lot. I was worried. You know, I'm just trying to figure out the geo fence for what it thinks this address is. So I'm going to go into drive now and head out. And I would say that it is not triggered back to the house. I mean, obviously I don't need it to tell me how to get home from here. This is a well-traveled, although I think the main point is that it would typically give you you know, traffic information, so you would know if you needed to vary your route based on something. As you can see, Raleigh's definitely got a lot of traffic, but I go south out of the city on 401, and I would say this time of morning in the outbound direction, it's not as busy as this map might indicate. Well, I wish I felt I could come sit down, but if I do that, I'm going to fall asleep. I've got to do at least one of these trifold boards. Right. Even though our video from yesterday is not done and I want to work on that, I get all warmed, I'm just going to be napping. So, yeah. Dawn's killing me with all of these Thanksgiving how to cook stuff in the background. First off, it's making me hungry. And I guess second off, it's stressing me out about thinking about the cooking ahead and whether I can pull everything off, which I normally do just fine, but. So most of this project involves cutting out pieces of paper nicely. And I had picked up this paper cutter at Guardian Angel some time ago. I think we have two, the smaller one and a larger one. This one is fine for 8.5 by 11 sheets. And so far so good. You can find really nice old office supplies at the thrift store for a fraction of what they cost new. All right, the papers for the first trifold are cut out and taped to a nice background sheet and ready to be arranged and taped to the board in, I think that took me 45 minutes. All right, the first one's done and it's only just now 10 a.m. The more I look at it, the more I realize for this particular team just how much Johnny influenced them. They want to turn the old Harris Teeter into a youth center that has electric go-karts powered by a solar roof. Yep, I think Johnny just may have influenced this team. Donnie to the rescue. I got the trifold boards done, but I am mentally and physically both tired right now, and he made me another coffee. I'm just putting it down because I can have coffee. I can't have other stuff, and I need some caffeine, so I want to go to Starbucks, but I'm not going to Starbucks.
She didn't get a nap today. She was working the whole time she was at home this morning.
Yeah, and I do better. I don't have to sleep the whole morning, but a 30-minute nap of just some downtime when I'm not getting a lot of sleep at night would be nice. So I am just sort of, I feel brain fried on top of being tired.
I understand.
Hopefully that coffee will kick in a minute.
Yeah.
Don's got me loaded up, all my extra stuff. I don't have my key right now, though. You want to open the door for me? It's in the car already. And yeah, that's how ex-people open the door, with their shirt. They don't have fingerprints on the chrome. If you have to touch the chrome, you touch it with some fabric, baby. Well, we do have a little bit of fall color left, I'm happy to say, despite some colder nights and some breezy winds. So I'm just kind of on autopilot here, literally. Actually, I'm not, but here, now I am. And, you know, just enjoying the color, thinking over in my head the 30 things I feel we need to accomplish during our 90-minute robotics club today. And just hoping things are, you know, fretting about how things will go Saturday. But once it starts, you know, Saturday morning, it is what it is. It's kind of out of my control at that point. We've done all the things in advance that we can do to be prepared, and you got to just let it go and let the kids have fun. So, yeah. It's 57 out there, so it's feeling a little less bitter and not too windy. So it's reasonably pleasant out here today. They're paving the street over here to the left. They're paving Davie Street, and it's taken me a little extra time to get through downtown because there's just one lane. Not gonna make me late, but let's just say I'm ready to be through this part of downtown. See, the lights turn green and we're not moving. My view that I'm as close to the curb as I want to be. It's 5 p.m. and we're just now leaving downtown Raleigh. It was a grueling last meeting trying to practice the presentation and get the robot to do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It sure was nice seeing you for a few minutes.
Yeah, busy girl.
Taekwondo time now.
Yeah.
Back out I go.
Yeah, poor thing.
Don and I aren't the best about waiting for Christmas for presents.
Yeah.
Let's say that, right? So what did you order you about a week ago?
I ordered me a backpack Ego blower.
Wow.
So a little bit more powerful. This one's 600 CFM. The old one was 530 CFM. So it's a little bit more, and I did notice a little bit more powerful.
Hard to believe since the other one is very powerful.
Well, Right. The reason I got this is because my shoulder has been bothering me here for about a year and a half. 27 or 8 years ago, I fell off a bicycle and separated my shoulder. And normally it hasn't bothered me, but the last couple of years it's really gotten worse. And in the last 6 months, it's gotten to the point where I can't move my arm sometimes. And so
show me the bottom part. Yeah, holding the 7.5 amp hour.
Yeah, the handheld.
Hold it up higher because I can't see it down that low. Okay, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah, right. Now they can see it.
Anyway, the this one is backpack, and I have to say I've used it now, and I blew
the cul-de-sac, the driveway.
Yeah, I blew 2 7.5 amp hour batteries flat.
Two. Wow.
And I started on my third one, so I was blowing for about 45 minutes to an hour. But of course, I was using turbo mode. It's very powerful. I learned a couple things. This thing's got a nice thing that holds the hose. It hooks on really nice and it keeps it nice and secure so that this thing doesn't do it. But with my bad arm, I cannot manipulate this once I put it on. So I have to put my bad arm in there first, and then I can stick this arm behind me and grab it. But I can't do this. What I just did with that shoulder, I can't do with my bad shoulder. But anyway, it's got a couple nice little adjustments. And I have to say it was very comfortable. I had no trouble with the weight or anything for the length of time that I was using it.
Now this one was refurbished.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is refurbished.
From Home Depot.
From Home Depot. And it has a...
So it was a savings. I don't know, how much less was it?
I don't know. Maybe tool only. It was like $149. I think the normal was like 189 or 179, so really not a great big difference. It basically came, I mean, I can't tell it from new.
Yeah, it says, the box says factory certified.
Yeah.
So, and it still has a 1-year warranty.
Right.
So.
Right, and so since we already had the batteries, I like the nozzle locks on. I can't even turn it. Well, here, maybe I gotta do this one. There it goes. They're really light.
You can shorten it if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can shorten it.
That's
what
yeah.
I was trying to get at. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can.
But as tall as you are, you don't want to do that, right? Because that looks pretty.
Yeah, I have to say, this articulating arm pivot back there was really no problem on my shoulder. I mean, I was able to manipulate the whole time.
And that's the control there, the handle.
And it
I'm just looking at how, hold still. I'm just looking at how it the air is forced into the tube.
Yeah.
It's pretty small, but that's pretty. That's like a piece of metal there. That's pretty substantial. Well, I like it.
Right. It is.
2 people can blow here at the house now at a time if we needed to.
Yeah, the only discomfort I had is the trigger. Holding the trigger down was no problem, but the plastic was cutting my finger. So next time I'll just wear gloves. I just wear gloves and it won't be the plastic won't cut. But I did not get trigger fatigue. The thing, it actually worked quite well. I didn't get any fatigue, but it was just that was cut, pinching. I think I should have said that, but it was pinching. The fat on my finger would get between the trigger and the handle, and that hurt. So I would say just wear a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the speed control. And
well, the very first tool we had was the blower.
That's right.
And if you don't have any electric yard tools yet and you have to mess with leaves at all, go get an electric blower. This thing will knock your socks off.
Yeah, and this thing is, the other one is fantastic. This is just another notch above that.
Yeah, and that one's behind me. hanging here. So Don likes to carry a knife in his pocket, and he had lost his knife.
Well,
we can't currently locate it. Right.
Yes.
We knew if he bought a new one, he'd find it.
That's right.
So hold it back up again. Yeah, hold it back up. Yeah. So he likes it because it's lightweight.
Yeah. Well, this is just this is super light. It's stainless steel. It's made in the U.S. It's very light and it locks. And so this is from my opinion, the ideal pocket knife because you can carry it in your pocket. You don't even know it's there.
Right.
It's really light.
Yeah, it is.
And it doesn't open. I mean, you can open it with one hand.
You can. Okay.
And close it. You know. So I really like the other one. I had it since 3 years, and so somehow I've misplaced it.
Right. We've not given up on finding it.
That's
but
right.
So if you're looking for a stocking stuffer,
$10.
Don recommends this one.
That's right.
Yeah, for one that's unobtrusive in your pocket.
Yeah. This one is the made in the USA. The model number on this one is 46050. 46050.
I'll put the link in the video description today.
They've been making this knife for like 20 years.
Yeah, good guy stocking stuffer.
Yeah.